don't really know how to start this. This is kind of the end of the year recap for me. I don't really do videos like this that often. I normally just do like funny stream moments, clips, and stuff like that. But I like to take the opportunity every now and then to sit down and just talk to the camera and then never edit it, never post it, and never do anything with it. But maybe if you're seeing this, I posted it, and then maybe it's got good content and maybe you'll enjoy it. So 2023 is wrapping up, and a lot of people do year-end reflections, and I'm probably either have or I'm going to post like a clip compilation of the year and talk then as well. But what I really want to talk about is streaming throughout the year, and not only streaming throughout the year, but the things that I learned this year streaming pretty much every day. And I've been doing that for the last 3 years at least. And I think that everybody takes the end of the year to like reflect on the goals and make new ones for next year. And I think if you asked me right now, or if you told myself at the beginning of the year what I'd accomplished over the year, I don't think that I would have been happy hearing the things that I accomplished at the beginning of the year. But the second thought onto that is I think that I'm happy about that. And that might not make any sense to you. You might be like confused with what I'm saying, but I think the goals that I had set for myself at the beginning of the year were based on work that I wasn't willing to do at that time and that I hoped that I would have done at a future version of myself. Like, I have a video that's privated on this channel of me making a video talking about all of the things that I'm going to do to like get Twitch partner like 2 years ago. And it's like so insane to watch how naive I was about the things that it requires to get goals like that, and also kind of how stupid goals like that even are. There's a lot of information, and maybe I'll make a channel about it, and maybe I'll talk about it more, but there's a lot of things that I've learned about streaming over the last year and over the last 2 years that I think has really changed my perspective, and I think I've really developed like a very healthy mindset towards content creation and balancing it with all points of my life. And maybe I'll make a video about that as well. But if you don't know, I go to university full-time. I'm a kinesiology student, so I have like a full course load, as well as like I live away from home, so that's like food, meals, paying rent, paying for food, doing all this stuff. Like, I live like an average university student life, and then I also have this online life that I like to take part in as well, and merging the two of those is difficult. But what I mean by what I said before is that I think that when you set like goals that are based on metrics, you are often not thinking about the work that comes in between them. And I think I learned a lot about that this year in terms of like the creative process and the way that you should set your goals so that you accomplish things, and the way that you can set your goals so that you feel accomplished and not just feel accomplished when the world responds to the things that you put out. Because I think a lot of the time when you're a YouTuber and you're a streamer, you set these goals that are like, I want to average 25 viewers. I want to average 30 viewers. I want to get, 1 million views on YouTube. I want to get all these things. And that's a reflection of the way that the world responds to your creative process. So like the things that you do don't matter as much. It's the way that the world responds to it, right? So it's like, I don't want to become a better painter. I want my paintings to look better, right? So I think I had a lot of objective set goals at the beginning of the year that were like kind of artificial. And I think at the end of the year, I'm very fulfilled. I'm very happy with this year. I'm very happy with the way that everything went. I'm happy with the things that I learned and mistakes that I made that I'm overcoming and that I'm figuring out. And in this video, I kind of want to talk about those things. I kind of want to talk about my goals for next year. And I want to talk about things that maybe you guys can learn from my mistakes, or maybe we can talk about them, or maybe you've gone through similar things. I really don't know. But I think it's really interesting to look at the ways that you set your goals for the year. And I think it's really important to look at the ways that as a content creator, you go about like figuring out what it is in this space that you want to do, because I think that's very important. I think for streaming in particular, the mindset that you go into streaming with has a huge effect on the way that you stream and the way that you view your achievement. If you want to grow on Twitch, fuck all those stupid videos that are like, you need to buy $1 million webcam and a fancy ass mic. Like, I know I'm talking to you right now with like a $2,000, $1,000 camera and a fancy mic, but I got all of that through like, subathons and whatever. But I don't like that all of the mechanisms to grow on Twitch are like these materialistic things, or you need to make more shorts, you need to do these things. Like, those are great, but I think that the best way to grow on Twitch is by having a mindset that allows you to grow and allows you to stream even when you're not like grinding for growth. Like, if you go onto Twitch and you treat it like, okay, I need to do everything right now, this is my month, this is my year, like, that's really good. It's good to have goals and urgency. But if your mindset is, oh, I just got to make it through this next 2 hours, I got to make it through this stream, I got to just do this so that I can grow, you're not going to get anywhere, because this game, this long form game, is a game that you can't be faking. Like, you can't not like it and also do well. Like, you have to love it. And when you love it, You have to make sure that you're like setting the goals that you want to accomplish. You need to make sure that you're being yourself. Like if you come on here and you try and do a persona, you try and do some shit, like it works, right? It's fine. And maybe that works for some people. And there's definitely people that have made it in the creator space very far by not being themselves. But I think that in terms of my own personal goals, I think I've had this very like steady mindset that I've been able to maintain for like 4 years of streaming now, which is like, there's two, and I've said this to other people, there's two pieces of motivation and mental fortitude that I keep close to my heart when it comes to like streaming and content creation that allow me to get through barriers that are like shitty and goals that when things don't work out, I think about those things. Like for example, this is the worst month I've had on YouTube. And I can get into that, why that is later. A lot of it is because I have exams. Like right now, I should be studying for exams. I have an exam in, what time is it, 11? 3 hours. And I still have a bunch of lectures to go through for that exam. But instead I want to talk about this. And like, that's the version of balance that I'm talking about. That's why like you need to make goals that are achievable. But what was I saying? I was saying something important and then I got sidetracked. Oh, I was on a really good fucking tangent too. Process goals. Oh, right. The two pieces of wisdom that I think are very good. The first is to give as many people the opportunity to not watch you as possible. Sometimes when you stream on Twitch and when you do long form content, you sit there and you stare at your viewer count. You're like, oh my God, only 10 people. Oh my God, only 5 people, only 20 people. Like you are not thinking about the grand scheme of things and the larger picture. Big streamers lose hundreds and thousands of viewers every 5 minutes. Like they come in and out. Think about that, right? Like they might come in and not like the stream and then leave. But they have that opportunity to not like the stream, or they have that opportunity to go do something else, but they know that that person is live and they know they're going to be there. Twitch is not great. They only put the big streamers on the top. So like Mizkif is going to get 10,000 people that are going to come into a stream and then out of his stream. Like, does he really need that? Probably not. He could probably pull from other assets to like get that type of viewership, but you sitting at the bottom, whatever category you're in, you're not going to get that opportunity. And I'm not saying go stream in fucking small game categories to try and develop an audience in a game that you don't care about so that they can like click on you and find you at the top of the category. I think that's also bullshit. But I think you need to maximize the amount of people that know that you're live on a given day and have the opportunity to not show up. Like if you're mad that you only average 10 viewers a stream, it's like, okay, think about it this way. 10 viewers a stream, let's say you have 1,000 followers on Twitch, okay? 1,000 people that have followed you at some point. How many of those actively go on Twitch? I'd probably say somewhere between 750 and 500. Like realistically every day, probably closer to 500. Out of those 500, how many are going to be on at the same time that you're live? Probably like 250. That's include like variations, people's work schedules, days, stuff like that. Out of the 250, how many know that you're live? How many care to like tap in, to tune in? Because think about the fact that like maybe you stream for 6 months. Over those 6 months, like 1,000 people follow you. That's a lot of followers for 6 months. It's probably going to be like more like a year, 2 years to get to that number. Out of all of those people, how many of them know that you're live, know what you're doing, want to tune in, like you? Like it's such a small number. Like you bring down the amount of people that are actually your audience. People get conflated and confused when they go on Twitch. They see 10,000 people watching like some fucking idiot do some like some boring ass stream. They're like, oh my God, I'm so much better. And they sit there and they're like mad. They're like, why is nobody watching me? Blah, blah, blah. I posted a TikTok today. I should be viral. Like there's all of those metrics. Think about the fact that like I've been live every single day for the entire year. I checked my analytics. I had 15,000 impressions, which means that 15,000 people had the opportunity to not tune into my stream. And I average approximately 20 to 25 viewers a month. That's pretty fucking good from 15,000 people. If you know anything about like videos and content creation, your YouTube video is going to get seen like 30,000 times if it gets like 1,000 views or 2,000 views. Like more people have seen a YouTube video of me clicking chat's links on an alt YouTube account that's run by my editor than have seen my stream thumbnail in a year of me streaming. But this is more a message to other people because I've learned this and I want other people, like other streamers that get hard on themselves, or maybe you, they're watching this and you're confused about it. Like, don't judge your success based on how many people are going to tune into your stream on an average day. That's why you have to enjoy the process. Like you have to enjoy streaming. If you really want to grow, realistically, the best thing that you would do is you would do like just every single stream is like some kind of like chat interaction event or something big planned. You wouldn't stream every day. You'd stream like twice a week. You do YouTube videos, you do all of this. The problem with me, and I want to talk about myself in this video, I don't want to just give broad advice to other people because I know that you guys probably click this maybe hoping for some insight, and I'm going to give both. But like for me, I really like streaming. I would rather go live every single night than spend 3 nights on, 3 nights editing. I like editing. kind of. I like editing because I like the end process, but I don't really love the process. I'm trying to get better at that. I like the process as a whole. Like I like taking my clips and editing them and posting them, but I don't like the middle part in between where like I don't know how to make it look funny. So then I just, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get better at that. I just really like streaming. I've always liked streaming. That's probably why I go live as often as I do. And it's not the smartest thing because I need to balance that with other parts of my life. So if I go live every night, then that's like the allotted time of my day that I can use for like my creative process. Like let's say I have 4 hours every night to go live and do all this stuff. Then I have to eat, I have to go to school, I have to go work out, I have to make sure like I'm getting everything in the day, and then I have to like make money somewhere, and then there's all this other stuff like YouTube and Shorts and Instagram and Reels, all of this. Like if you wanted to maximize your time, you would split it up based on the things that are required from you for your content creation, whatever that is, your creative process, and then you would allocate time there accordingly. I don't do the best job of that. Like when I have more time, i.e. when school takes up less time, I just allocate the time that I would have used for school to editing. But then I run into problems. Like for example, I had a great month in like November. Like October, November was like a great month for the YouTube channel. A lot of subs, a lot of TikToks, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of shorts. But I lost 10 pounds and like missed an assignment and like could have done better on a biomechanics midterm. Like there's like things that fall, you know what I mean? Like the things that you spend time on, you're going to get better at, whether that's a bad habit or a good habit. So the things that I allocate my time to this year, determine that. And at the beginning of the year, I was really good. I was editing every day. I had all this time that I had because I wasn't in like that much school really. After like April, I finished all my classes and I had all of this like time to just fucking edit and post and do all of that. Ideally, you have no time and some money because you're making money in the time that you're using, or you have no money and a lot of time. So you're like living at home and don't have a job. So you have a lot of time. I have neither. I've neither because I'm not complaining. This is just like the way that this year has gone, and this is how like I evaluate my time. So it's like I have no time because of school, and then I have no money because of school. Let's just fucking drop out. I have like, you know, I don't really have a lot of either. Like I get money and then it goes towards rent. It's not great. But if I had more money, then I would pay for YouTube editors, then I would have more time. But yeah, you know, I can only do so much of each. And YouTube for me right now is essentially like a very creative process, but it's not a lucrative process. Like if my goal for 2024 is to like have some kind of income, then I would just be fine with burning money for YouTube videos. But as of right now, spending money on YouTube videos instead of groceries means that I'm just going to lose weight and gain YouTube subs. And I'm not sure I want that to be the conversion of my life. I got to study this exam. Anyway, that was the first piece of advice. The second piece of advice, and that was the first one that's a little bit more like pessimistic, not pessimistic, but like goal oriented. Like I talk to a lot of streamers that go through like the ups and downs of streaming, which definitely exists. And it's the way that you evaluate your success, like on the platform. Like for me, it's very much just like, I've done this for like a while and I really enjoy it. And I have this deep faith in myself and my ability to stream. Oh, this is going to be on the bottom the whole time. God damn it. Let me remove. I mean, that kind of comes up with this text on the screen sits there so that people clip things. And when they clip them, then I turn them into TikToks. And that's like what I do in my off time. And I really have enjoyed that. I really enjoyed doing short form content for myself and just finding my own clips and doing those types of things that like help you grow offline. Like that's very good. The second piece of advice that I've taken to heart this year and that I think other people could use is, what if you're the best? And this is a piece of advice that I don't know when I learned it, like a long time ago when I started working out, and I correlated it with like, what if you have the best genetics? Like what if your muscle insertions are really good and you can get a really full chest without doing that much? Or like what if there's all these things that you're really good at that you don't do? Like I don't believe that Michael Phelps is the best swimmer in the world. I bet you the best swimmer in the world is like some like accountant in Thailand that like never got the chance to swim because he was in Thailand and his parents needed him to be an accountant. Like there's all these things that like opportunity costs. Like the Olympics isn't the best athletes in the world. It's the people in the world that were given the most opportunities to do the things that they're good at. Like you'll probably have this build like a fucking like a Diablo character or something, and you have a skill tree and you max out parts of it that you're interested in, but there's probably parts of your build that you never maxed out because you just weren't interested in them, or you didn't have time, or you didn't think it was enjoyable. Like, I don't know, dude, what if I'm really good at fucking curling, but I've never curled in my life, right? I'm not gonna go start curling, but I'm just saying, right? You never know what you're good at until you try. And what if you're the best? And that's a lot of the mentality that I've had about streaming and YouTube is like, okay, so not a lot of people have seen the things that I do, and I'm fine with that, but the motivation underneath, like the coal that goes into the fire that makes the train run down the track, is like this internal belief that you're good at what you do and that you're funny and that, you know, maybe people want to watch it. Whether that's you're good at a game, whether that's you're good at your music, whether that's, you know that the people that have seen your stuff enjoy it, right? Like I have people that have come back to my stream, you know, day after day after day, and to streamers and people watching and viewers watching, I appreciate it. But if you watch other streamers and other YouTubers, they appreciate it too. Like it's a huge thing to think about the fact that everybody is an individual person that sits down and watches your stream and watches what you do. Like that's massive. Like you don't realize it. Like averaging like 20 viewers, that's 20 people at once, hundreds of people over hours that are sitting down to watch you do whatever the fuck it is that you do. It's not like, oh my God, I wish I had 100. Oh my God, I wish I had 80. Oh my, those are all individual people that take time out of their day to watch you do some bullshit. And I'm not saying you need to be sitting there like, oh, thank you so much. But like, think about that. That's success. Like if you are able to do even a little bit of that, then you like probably have what it takes. The difference between you and somebody that's made it is a shit ton of luck. Okay, a shit ton of luck, but a lot of preparing for that luck, a lot of having systems in place that are going to benefit you down the road. And like, this is something that I worked on this year, which is like having systems like the text that I just showed on screen that are going to allow you to benefit from the things like the luck that's given to you, right? So like people come into a stream, they see something funny. Oh, look, you had text on screen that says clip it, you put it on, put it on YouTube, put it on TikTok shorts. Like I have had really dumb clips do really well. And so a lot of that is just preparing for that opportunity, but it's also like enjoying that process along the way. You know what I mean? Like I think for me, I just try and maintain as healthy of a mindset when it comes to streaming as possible, because I know that I'm kind of balancing on this rope where people fall off all the time, and not like fall off like, oh dude, you had more viewers before. I mean like your mindset changes towards something that you once loved and then you can't change it back, which is like you got too focused on viewer count, you got too focused on something that was like, you know, something that you couldn't control, and then you're stuck chasing this like running away carriage and you're never satisfied. I think that having processes that you can control, that you enjoy, that you become satisfied with, that probably maybe result in growth, I don't know, are going to be more satisfying than chasing objective measurements or like not even objective, like subjective measurements of what you consider success or what the platform considers success. Like when people talk to me my entire life about streaming, I always have to bring up money. I've always had to, because it looks stupid for me to go, oh yeah, streaming, I just really love it. Like I know it sounds normal when I say it like that, but like people are like, oh yeah, you stream? Like yeah. How often do you do it? Oh, like every night. Oh, how many viewers do you average? Like 20. Like people that don't understand the online internet and Twitch lore, they don't understand that like 20 people coming in is fucking your top like 0.5% of the platform. You know, somebody sent me a wooden sign. It's behind a Red Bull. Like there's all these people that like come and hang out. I have a community, like all this shit. But to other people, I'm like, yeah, but I made like $5,000 on a subathon. And like that makes sense to like people at like my very white university that is like decently frat filled. Like, you know what I mean? Like to other people, there's all these objective measurements that make sense to them. But what makes sense to you and your driving purpose and my driving purpose over this year is just like trying to find things that can improve the process, that can make this whole online content creation thing enjoyable to you, that don't need to be a metric that's created by other people. Like sure, reviews of things are good, and having people enjoy what you're doing is good, and taking critiques from other people are good, but having other people determine your like value in the things that you do online, I found has been something that I've tried to stay away from this year. It's changing from a fucking me making goals over the year to like the things that I've learned, but this shit is just always in my head. When I see like David Goggins fucking SoundCloud edits of him like, who's gonna carry the boats?
Who's one more to carry the boats? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I imagine I'm sitting in Premiere Pro. What the fuck? Like some of people probably imagine like, and I go to the gym, so it could be me bench pressing, but it's not. It's me sitting in Premiere Pro editing my TikTok clips. That's not the boats he's talking about. He's talking about actual boats. He's talking about you know, going to get big jobs and making a lot of money. I'm imagining it like me cutting up my Minecraft clips in Premiere Pro and then putting them on TikTok. The boats. So those are my two things. Those are my kind of better goals, I think, than me saying, okay, yeah, 2023 is gonna be my year. We're gonna pop off. We're gonna get all these things. Like one thing that I found in terms of goals that I should have set and goals that I wish I had set and goals that I'm looking to set in 2024 is like making friends. I have been streaming for 4 years, and only really in the last year and a half have I started meeting other streamers on the platform and becoming friends with them. And the sleazy term for this is called networking. That's a shit term. Don't use that. That's a weird way to say like making friends. Like we're all on the same platform, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or fucking SoundCloud. Like make friends with people that are in the same place as you, because some of the best and most real conversations I've ever had with anybody my entire life have been other streamers. Like if you spend time on something and your brain is tuned to a certain creative process and other people out there also engage in that creative process, like you are going to have much better conversations with them than you are going to be with people that live in the same like circumstances as you. Like I love my roommates. I love the people that I go to university with. I love all that shit. They won't understand that I need to go home from the bar because I promised my chat that I would play Minecraft at a certain time, or that I promised them that I'm gonna like do some stream that I had an idea for. Why are you going home? Oh, I gotta beat the Ender Dragon tonight. Like genuinely, I've had that conversation. Nobody's gonna understand that. But when you meet people with the same processes as you and they understand, it's way better. It's like everything clicks. And I was going to post a TwitchCon vlog and I never did, but because most of the TwitchCon vlog, I didn't film anything. It's just me walking around TwitchCon going, wow, you know what? I probably have a lot more in common with the people sitting on the floor playing Genshin Impact than I do people that like go to my university gym. And I'm fine with that. Like, I think it's really cool to meet people that are in the same place as you, but God damn it, don't use meeting people as a process to grow. Again, another outcome-based goal. The goal should be just make friends. Like, I don't know how to quantify this to you, but like, don't just watch people and engage with people on like the fucking prayer that they're going to raid you one day and you're going to get along. It's never going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. Just meet people that are cool, that you like in the space, and then things just work out. Like, it's not just going to be something where like, oh, dude, if I sit in Kai Cenat's offline chat and spam W, I'm going to get VIP. And then I can tell everybody I'm a Kai Cenat VIP. And then I'm going to make all these friends. It's just not real. It just like meet people that are cool, that you would want to hang out with offline, that you would want to talk to offline, that you would want to do things with, not in a reward-based setting. And it's going to be way better than any fucking webcam or mic that's going to upgrade your stream. Like, besides that, the way that all these algorithms work is based on viewers. So like from a metric-based level, meeting people is probably the best way to increase the people that are going to come to your stream. And like, again, when I say this, if any of you motherfuckers are sitting there like, oh, I just got to meet as many people as possible, just max it out. It's bullshit. Don't do that. I'm just saying, when you meet people, there are rewards that come from that are like even better than the friendships that you make. If 4 viewers watch you and then you make a friend on stream or you make a friend on YouTube, I'm talking about stream because that's what I do. When you make a friend on Twitch, their viewers are going to be recommended your stream, and you're going to join this network of streamers, and you're going to meet people that know each other and they're friends with these other people and they've all met each other and they know people. And like, that's the network. And if you ask most people how they found a streamer, how they found a YouTuber, it's through another person. Rarely are people going to click blind into a stream, blind onto a YouTube video, not knowing anything. And when they do, they come at it like they're fucking Judge Judy. Like, all right, I don't know who this is, but let me see what they're worth. And then they're going to fucking grill the things that you do. It's more difficult to impress an audience that needs to be convinced that you're entertaining, or convinced that you're funny, or convinced that you're good at something, than an audience that is seeing you through like a neutral light, through a friend's video, through a friend's stream, through a friend's, for like a friend's feature, or whatever the creative process is. Like, those like connections are just way better. So for me in 2024, and the things that I've learned in 2023, is just make friends with people. Like, I went to TwitchCon and it was like the best trip of my life. The grilling that I got from like normal people when I was like, I'm going to TwitchCon, here's my badge. You know what I mean? Because like, to most people, that's like, oh great, you're gonna contract like some type of airborne disease that somebody's been harboring in their basement while they were a Discord moderator. And like, probably true. But it was the coolest trip I've ever been on, because I met all of these people that I had known on Twitch in real life and was going to casinos with them and going to bars and hanging out with them and talking with them. Like, that was the coolest thing ever, because I had more in common with these people and I had a better connection with them faster than anybody I know that I've met before, that I've like, you know, met in parties or whatever the fuck, because I have all these similarities with them. So if there's any message to myself and to other people, and one of the things that I've learned over the year is meeting people is like definitely the best by far part of streaming and content creation and stuff like that. I'm realizing that half of this video has been me giving advice, and then half of it has been me talking about my own goals. But all of the advice that I'm giving is things that I've learned myself. Something I get tired of is advice channels that don't do it themselves. I can't stand grow on YouTube channels that only know how to make content to grow on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? How could you make a channel about growing on YouTube if you've never done it yourself? It's like making a cookbook, but you've never cooked. You just know how to make cookbooks. It's like, do you even know if this shit works, or do you know how to sell a cookbook? That's kind of my thoughts. I'm looking forward to next year. And I think that the goals that I have for myself are to improve the systems that I developed this year for like content, like growing. Like, I think that as a Twitch streamer, one of the best things you can do is learn to put your platform, or learn to put the things that you do on other platforms. Because at best, it's going to be something that somebody really enjoys, and they're not going to have seen it before because it's going to be lost in a 5-hour VOD on a platform that has no visibility. And at worst, it's going to get 200 views. And for me, that both things happen. My TikTok channel is kind of a funny TikTok channel because I either post videos and they get 200 views or they get like 2.3 million. And if anything, that proves to you the only thing between you and where you want to be is people believing that you are somebody that they should care about. And you got to show them. You can't just sit there and expect people to just show up and be like, oh, hey, you got to put yourself out there a bit. Fuck what other people think. If there's one message I could send to anybody sitting there in high school or sitting there in, you know, middle school, I hope not, is like, fuck what other people think, dude. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody has fucking time for you. Nobody cares about you. Like, your parents love you. You have friends. Don't worry. But what I mean is, nobody cares enough to stop you from doing what you want to do online. And I'm not saying do anything fucked up. I'm just saying, like, I remember sitting in high school and not posting on TikTok and not posting in other places because I'm like, oh, my friends see this, I'm going to get made fun of. Probably true. I've worn a maid outfit on stream. I've done all these fucking stupid streams, funny jokes. And you realize most people just go, oh, that's sick. Like, and I'm talking like the guys that I meet at the gym that you would expect to be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you wearing a fucking maid out? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't really expect that those are the types of guys that are going to be like understanding that you go live every night to an audience on Twitch, you know, sometimes wearing a maid outfit. I don't wear a maid outfit often. I'm just using this as an example of like self-deprecating jokes that I've made on stream and like looked stupid doing that you probably wouldn't want people to see. But it's like one of those things where you would expect all these people to fucking hate you, and they don't. Because if people like you for who you are, then they're gonna find it cool that you have creative processes. And trust me, in high school, sure, maybe you think that everything matters that you do, but from somebody that's been in all those situations, been in every like hierarchical high school bullshit chain, nobody cares. And if anything, people are boring. People are very boring. And people that have nothing going on are boring. Sometimes I wish I could just be super boring and not have this side of me that really has a deep passion for online content creation, because then I could just be boring. But if you are watching this, you probably have something that makes you unique and interesting, and you should be okay to share that with the world. Because, you know, who fucking cares? Like, they got shit going on. You know what I mean? They got to sit down and eat dinner at some point. Like, they don't have time to care about what you're doing all the time. And if you're truly passionate about it, then fuck them. Post whatever you want. Post videos that you think that you want to post. Like, this video, if it's out, isn't in line with anything I've ever done on the channel. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of people on here that are waiting for me to watch another, like, football react video. Tough. I'll probably do another one at some point on the other channel, not on this one. It's tough. You know what I mean? It's hard. And the thing that I learned this year is balance. And the way that you put yourself into things is the results you're going to get from them. And if I had all the time in the world to sit and edit, then I'd probably be in a better spot than I would be right now. And that's okay, because the time that I didn't spend towards editing is time that I spent towards school. And I need to do good in school so I can just graduate. Because when I was in first year, I got the award for most likely to get arrested as well as most likely to drop out. I'm not even joking. I have them. I think I put them away because they were like bad mojo or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably not good to have out all the time. They're somewhere. Take my word for it. What the fuck? Why would you not believe me? But that was because I put so much time into streaming. Probably not good. I fucked my sleep schedule. I got kicked out of my program. I know what it's like to not balance properly. And one thing that I'm very proud that I did this year is last year I got back into my program. This year I'm doing well in my program. Those two things required me to take time away from other things, which was like bullshit streaming. Like, you know, I was probably streaming for too long. Shouldn't have been up at 7 in the morning. I probably should study for this exam. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all this fucking shit that you got to do. There's all this balancing that's really important, and I think it's difficult to do. And that's one thing that I learned this year is it's hard to balance everything, but you have to be okay to let some things slip at certain points. I got 11 YouTube subs this month. Woo, like, that's hard. From somebody that checks their YouTube analytics at the bar, that's really difficult for me to like stomach, but I have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the things that are going to make you balance your life, because you can't just do one thing. Ideally, somewhere down the road, I'm doing one thing, and this one thing is this. Like, you know, that's just what I want to do, and that's going to take a shit ton of work, and I'm okay with that. But you have to enjoy the process. You can't just set all your goals based on outcomes and then be frustrated when they're not there. You can't chase the train of viewership and outcome-based goals, because those will kill you. Because you probably do cool things. I don't know who you are. Maybe you're boring, but you probably do cool things. A cool thing you could do is subscribe, but you know, anyway. So be okay with putting things on the back burner. Be okay with setting goals and setting, like, you know, set system-based goals over outcome-based goals is one thing I'm going to do next year. My goal is to try and upload like a decent bit of YouTube videos, but also be proud of them. Like, be proud of the videos that I'm uploading and not just uploading them for the sake of uploading, because having an upload schedule is good to have, like, goals, but your videos are dog shit. I could upload daily clips. They would just be not cropped, not text, not like corrected in any way. They'd be kind of garbage. I'd be like, did the goal, got the 30 clips out, baby. But like, you know what I mean? Imagine you're showing the videos to other people. That's what I imagine when I edit. I can make a whole channel talking about things that I think about when I edit my own clips. But like, imagine you're showing them to your friend. You know that awkward moment where you're showing your friend a video and you're like, oh, this is super funny. And you're like, just wait. That just wait moment, just cut it. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that you can do that make your processes better. And there's things that I learned this year that I hope I gave maybe some advice to help you guys. I've been rambling for like 33 minutes. Okay, I gotta watch this lecture. But if you enjoyed this video, I could do more of them. I could talk forever, to be honest, which is why I go live every night. 9 p.m. baby, come to a stream. I didn't really get into my goals for next year. I don't know if I really ironed them out yet. I think they're just system-based. I think I just want to be more proud of the shorts that I edit, do some more offline videos. I have three right now. You know how many of them are done? None. I've started 3 of them. I might get them done at some point. It's just a lot of work, and you gotta be okay with that. I think that's it. I hope that you're not sitting there expecting more from me right now, because this is all I got. I've said that's it 5 times. I don't know what's gonna be edited in and out of this. Be yourself. Be okay with messing up. Make sure your goals are healthy and attainable. Till the next YouTube video, stay safe, stay happy, take it easy. Peace.
Check me out, y'all.